Welcome to Ask the Lawyer radio podcast with attorney Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa and Associates. This podcast features a recording of our most recent radio show. We hope you enjoy the show, which features news, views, and interviews on matters such as immigration, personal injury, bankruptcy, divorce, family law, estate planning, wills and probate, deed transfers, civil rights, criminal defense, workers' compensation, and taxes, both individual and business. You can contact us at 855-768-8845 or visit us at www.askthelawyer.us. You have questions? We've got the answers.
Safe Horizon provides emergency shelter, counseling, and legal services to victims of domestic violence and abuse. Sanctuary for Families offers comprehensive services, including legal representation, counseling, and safe housing for victims of domestic violence and trafficking. Immigration blackmail and protections. U&T visas. Domestic workers who are undocumented are particularly vulnerable to exploitation and immigration-related threats. New York supports the federal U&T visa programs, which provide temporary legal status to victims of certain crimes, including trafficking, who cooperate with law enforcement. Sanctuary policies. New York has implemented sanctuary policies that limit cooperation with federal immigration authorities. These policies aim to protect undocumented workers from deportation threats used as blackmail by abusive employers. Legal services and advocacy. Organizations like the Immigrant Defense Project and Make the Road New York offer legal services and advocacy to undocumented workers facing immigration-related exploitation. These organizations help workers apply for U&T visas and provide legal representation in immigration and labor disputes. Live-in versus non-live-in workers. Live-in workers, live-in domestic workers often face unique challenges, including work hour exploitation. Because they reside in their employer's home, live-in workers can be subjected to excessive work hours without proper compensation. The Domestic Workers Bill of Rights mandates overtime pay for live-in workers and requires that they receive adequate rest and privacy. Privacy and personal space. Employers must provide live-in workers with a private, lockable room and reasonable access to cooking facilities and bathrooms. On-call time. The DOL regulations stipulate that live-in workers must be compensated for on-call time if they are not free to leave the premises or engage in personal activities. Non-live-in workers. Non-live-in workers, while not facing the same level of control over their personal space, still face significant challenges. Commuting issues. Non-live-in workers often incur significant travel expenses and time, which can affect their overall compensation and quality of life. Work hour tracking. Ensuring accurate tracking and compensation for hours worked is crucial. Employers must maintain precise records and adhere to pay schedules. Conclusion. New York State has established a robust framework to protect domestic workers from wage theft, discrimination, physical and mental abuse, and immigration blackmail. Through the Domestic Workers Bill of Rights, stringent labor laws, and comprehensive support services, the state strives to safeguard the rights and well-being of these essential workers. While significant progress has been made, ongoing efforts by government agencies, advocacy organizations, and the community are necessary to ensure that all domestic workers receive the respect, dignity, and protection they deserve. Analysis. Health disparities in New York City hospitals across racial lines. New York City, renowned for its diversity and cultural vibrancy, has long been a microcosm of broader societal issues, including healthcare disparities. This analysis urgently examines whether hospitals in non-white neighborhoods in New York City are providing inferior services compared to those in predominantly white neighborhoods, specifically in the management and treatment of diabetes, heart disease, HIV, and cancer. It delves into statistical data, historical context, healthcare infrastructure, and the broader implications of these disparities, emphasizing the pressing need for action. Historical context and healthcare infrastructure. Historically, healthcare disparities in New York City have been influenced by systemic racism, economic inequality, and varying access to resources. However, this is not a static situation. By understanding the root causes and working together, we can begin to address these disparities. Hospitals in non-white neighborhoods, often serving larger populations of low-income and uninsured patients, can be supported to overcome resource strains and improve the quality of care. Segregation and resource allocation. Historical segregation and economic policies have resulted in uneven distribution of healthcare resources. Hospitals in wealthier, predominantly white neighborhoods typically have more funding, better facilities, and access to advanced technologies. In contrast, hospitals in non-white neighborhoods may face funding challenges and outdated facilities, impacting their ability to provide high-quality care. Health insurance and funding. Non-white neighborhoods generally have higher rates of uninsured or underinsured individuals, leading to financial strains on hospitals that rely on public funding or operate with limited budgets. This can affect the quality and range of services provided. Diabetes care disparities. Diabetes management and outcomes often reflect broader healthcare inequalities. Access to specialists. Hospitals in non-white neighborhoods may have fewer endocrinologists and diabetes specialists, leading to delayed diagnoses and less effective management of diabetes. This disparity can result in higher rates of complications such as neuropathy, retinopathy, and kidney failure. Preventive care. Access to preventive care and education is critical in managing diabetes. Hospitals in predominantly white neighborhoods often offer comprehensive diabetes education programs and support services. In contrast, hospitals in non-white neighborhoods may lack the resources to provide such services, leading to poorer management and higher rates of emergency room visits for diabetes-related complications. Quality of care. Studies have shown that non-white patients are less likely to receive comprehensive diabetes care, including regularly monitoring blood glucose levels and managing coexisting conditions. This contributes to higher rates of uncontrolled diabetes and complications among non-white populations. Heart disease management. Heart disease is a leading cause of death in the United States, and disparities in its management are well documented. Access to cardiology services. Hospitals in white neighborhoods typically have more cardiologists and access to advanced diagnostic and treatment facilities. This allows for early detection and more effective management of heart disease. In non-white neighborhoods, limited access to cardiology services can delay diagnosis and treatment, leading to worse outcomes. Emergency response and intervention. Timely response and intervention are crucial in heart disease management. Hospitals in wealthier areas often have better equipped emergency departments and cardiac care units. In contrast, hospitals in non-white neighborhoods may face longer wait times and fewer resources, leading to delays in critical care. Post-discharge care. Effective management of heart disease requires continuous care and follow-up. Hospitals in white neighborhoods may offer more comprehensive post-discharge support, including cardiac rehabilitation and follow-up care. Hospitals in non-white neighborhoods, constrained by resources, may provide limited follow-up care, contributing to higher rates of readmission and mortality.
Do you have a legal issue, question, or concern? Turn to Ask the Lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. You can also register for our paralegal program, get legal news, business consults, or other information on educational issues. Yes, Ask the Lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us.